With one fact coming one after another and all the intensity, sometimes you just need to rest. Hello there, beautiful friends, I'm Blackenfist. This episode is an episode where we get to rest and reminisce about old things. Beerus, confident from his ivory tower of being a god, tells everybody that the future Trunks' world should be okay. We know different, however, and future Trunks also suspects that it doesn't quite work like that. And this is where Kid Trunks comes in. He's the character who's the fish out of water, who helps us understand something about the world that normally everyone in the world doesn't need explained to them because everyone already knows it. However, I will say that what future Trunks did explain in this episode, I mean, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, if you saw the Cell arc, you kind of knew that already. I'll be honest, the explanation that future Trunks gave to Kid Trunks was pretty basic, pretty much telling him that there are future timelines, the timelines are different, and not necessarily just because the present timeline is behind the future timeline that the present timeline is not going to affect events in the future timeline. However, future Trunks does add one caveat that he's never met Beerus or these gods of destruction, so who knows, maybe the gods do bend the rules a little bit because they are supposed to be gods, although we do learn later on in this episode that that was not the case, but he did give Beerus that caveat in his explanation. However, I feel that this explanation, although I guess it could be served as a purpose to uninitiated fans who aren't, privy to this information already, what I think the deeper purpose of this exchange was the relationship between future Trunks and Kid Trunks, and I do feel that that is what the true purpose of this exchange was. I do feel that maybe Kid Trunks has been left out in these past couple episodes. I really feel that as the arc was going to get involved, a lot of people were expecting a lot of development with Kid Trunks, and quite honestly, we didn't get that much. It's been very much focused on other characters, and Kid Trunks has been at the periphery. Kid Trunks was at the forefront, and although it's not as much as what we were expecting we were going to get with him, I guess this is as much as we're going to get to him, and I guess that's okay. I will also say that I liked Sumitomo's score accompanying this scene. I really did appreciate that. When everyone gets to the future, of course, they all reunite with everybody, and it does seem that Mai is having a little bit of an episode. However, Goku did bring the Senzu Beans this time around, which I thought was a bit strange that he didn't bring them the last time, but oh well, at least he did the right thing this time. Now, the way Trunks gives the Senzu Bean to Mai is that apparently he chews it up in his own mouth. But the reason I find this interesting is because Goku finds this behavior peculiar. Like, he asked Trunks, like, hey, Trunks, why are you putting your mouth against her mouth? That's kind of strange or something. And Vegeta is quite surprised, is like, Kakarot, are you not married? And then he's like, yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? Now, we all know that that subject is kind of off limits for Goku. It's not something that Toriyama delves into Goku's character, and I don't think it's something that he should delve into, but I did find it funny that they even mentioned it at all, because usually when it comes to that, they Dragon Ball and Toriyama like to keep an offhands approach to that, and I thought it was a little funny that they even commented on that in the first place. But yeah, that was a bit out there, I thought, for Dragon Ball, honestly. It really was. Regardless of that, we do meet up with our villains, and Zamasu is doing what apparently Supreme Kais do on their off time, making tea. But of course, they do meet up, and guess what? Dun dun dun. The big reveal of this episode, if you didn't read any of the spoilers, or, had access to the internet, Goku Black is actually Zamasu, and they use the Super Dragon Balls to switch Zamasu and Goku's mind, essentially. So, Goku Black is Goku, or at least the Goku Black's body is Goku's body, which explains why Goku Black's always referring to himself as not that being his original form body. Makes sense. There are also other things that make sense that I'll probably make videos on, and this is what I mean. Alright. Obviously, we know there are multiple Zamasus. We already knew there was a present Zamasu, which already got killed by Beerus, and there was a future Zamasu. But apparently, if Black Goku also is a Zamasu, then a lot of people are saying that timelines are involved. That's fine. However, here's my question, and it all revolves around Goku. We already know Goku is dead in the future timeline, and if that is true, that still has no explanation. They explained that they switched minds with Goku's body, But how is his body alive? It's dead, right? Now, this is not a big deal because Zamasu, I think this could be an easily explainable thing. But there's a bigger problem here that I don't want to get bogged down because this is just an episode review. But it pertains to the fact, how is future Zamasu even know of Goku's existence? Think about this for a second. Present Zamasu knew about Goku's existence because he sparred with him directly. And even if you don't take that case, the manga had Zamasu knowing about his existence because the Supreme Kais touted how useful he was against the fight with Buu. But remember, with Goku dead, how does Zamasu know about Goku's fighting prowess in future Trunks' timeline? I'll go deeper into that in maybe in another video, but that potentially could be a giant, gaping plot hole. Hopefully it's not, but before you know it, Vegeta's already charging at Black Goku and they have a little fight. And really, that's where the episode ends off. This episode was really laid back. It was an episode where we got a little bit laid back. They gave us some information that, quite honestly, I mean, I at least already knew, and I think a lot of fans knew. But it was also a laid back conversation about two characters just developing their relationship together. And, of course, in the latter portions, a big bombshell was revealed that set up the final conflict. Overall, it was a good episode, and I look forward to the final conflict. I hope that this arc isn't going to have a major plot hole, like perhaps it maybe could. Hopefully it doesn't. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to this channel because I will be doing more reviews like this one as well as other Dragon Ball segments on this channel. But until next time, guys, I will be Blackenfist, and I will be out.